Hello there. So what are you doing? Like, really, just no, just there and do not move. You're moving still. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing a first impression and then a review after I've worn it for a few days of the new Wet n Wild Photo, what is it? Photo Focus. I got all confused. I was thinking, is it Focus Photo? The words are quite similar if you think about it. Anyway, Photo Focus Foundation. It's up from eBay because we don't have this in the UK yet. Unfortunately, Wet n Wild isn't so accessible, although I do believe that it is being sold now in Superdrug. So hallelujah. I mean, really, thank you, Superdrug, coming through again like the bad boy that you are. I have this in the shade Rose Ivory, and I actually picked it up from eBay because it was on eBay. It cost $13.99. In the US, this sells for $5.99. So you can clearly see Anwen got jacked. I mean, really, she got jacked. It was like daylight robbery. But do you know what? She really wanted the foundation, so she said, why not? I will turn a super affordable budget foundation into, you know, a mid-range price foundation. I just wanted to try it because I've heard such spectacular things about it. So I'm just going to get it on. I mean, really, but actually I'm not. I'm not just going to get it on. That's what the couple said after they'd met and gone on their Tinder date. They said, let's get it on. Anyway, that's not what they said. But anyway, by the way, there's tons of shades. Can you see all of those shades? Which for drugstore, that's pretty impressive. It's got excellent reviews. It's got 4 stars out of 5. And that's across 120 reviews. So that is pretty damn good. Goodbye, photo flashback. Tested under 7 light conditions with top smartphone models. Do you actually think they did this? Because it's sounding very scientific right now. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't, but did they? It goes on to list all the different light conditions. I mean, bathroom light, nightclub light, indoors PM, outdoors PM, clear blue sunlit sky. What? I'm calling BS on this a little bit because I just think no two nightclubs are the same. Like, surely they don't use the same lighting supplier across every single nightclub in the world. Indoors PM. Well, that means absolutely nothing to me because we all have different indoor lighting. And again, outdoor lighting. A cloud in the sky which could slightly change the lighting. Just doesn't make sense to me. It just says a panel of women were tested, blah, 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 blah. They were taking selfies. These women were just sat around. They were taking selfies. Testing out how flawless and perfect their skin looked. Gives you all this bump about how all of these different women tested it in all different light scenarios with all different smartphones, and then at the end it just has a disclaimer. Results may vary depending on individual users' selfie skills, phone model or lighting condition, rendering the entire process obsolete. I mean, really, it just says it's a high-performing breakthrough formula featuring light adjusting complex to help prevent white casting photos. Tested under 7. He's loving this. It just cannot stop raving about the fact that it was tested in 7 different light conditions. He's not even told me, is it a dewy foundation? Is it matte? Is it medium coverage? Is it light coverage? He's not told me anything of any importance that actually means anything to me. Like, there's nothing meaningful here. Anyway, right, we're just going to get on with this because it did not help us at all. So, it comes in this little glass bottle. It's very similar to the NARS Sheer Glow kind of packaging. Someone's car alarm is going off. It's so annoying. Like, I don't understand, why do people even have car alarms? Why do people even have house alarms? Because for me, when I hear an alarm going off, the first and only thing that comes to my mind is, oh my gosh, that is so annoying. How rude of my neighbours. You don't think to yourself, oh my gosh, my neighbour's being broken into. Oh, let's call the police. Hello, police. Yes, my neighbour's alarm is going off frantically. It's not bothering me at all, but I want you to come and attend because I'm very concerned about their possessions in their house. No one does that. No, we just get annoyed and we seethe quietly in our own house, thinking, which neighbour is it? Which one? What's the point? Anyway, so I'm going to give this a shake diddly-ocious. Oh, it feels like I can hear it. It's very liquidy. I can just hear it flailing around in there. Right, okay, how do we open this up? What? Was that what I was meant to do? Look, I've opened it and it looks like a transformer situation. you not meant to pull it off? Is it meant to be a screw cap? Let me just see. Oh, it's a screw cap. Okay, so I mean, I made that whole thing 10 times more difficult than it is. It's a screw cap. Oh, I almost destroyed it. Right. Okay, so I have a beauty, well, not a beauty blender. I've got a Real Techniques sponge, and I was just about to hold up my Fix Plus. Like, I'm not applying it with that. I've got a fake Sigma, what is this? A flat kabuki brush. Take out the shade first. Keep in mind, this is, oh God, this is bigger than I expected. I don't know why. I didn't expect it to be that big. I know, that's what she said. I know, that's what she said. Anyway, so let's just test a little bit of this out on my hand. Okay, so, oh, the shade looks nice. I'm liking the shade. It looks very neutral and very light. Oh, she's loving it. And it feels like, oh, it's quite, actually, it's not neutral. It's very pink undertoned. It feels very, like, liquidy and almost like a little bit emollient. Like, it feels a bit oily. So anyway, let's just bang this on. Let's bang it on. Bang, bang, bang all around. I'm going to go like this. I have no idea how much I should use. I've watched a couple of reviews. By the way, what's that smell? It smells... Someone on Snapchat did tell me this has like a paint smell to it. I can't really... I'm not getting paint. I'm just getting... Like, it reminds me a lot of my Kat Von D Everlasting foundation. Okay, I don't know if that's enough. Is it enough? Who knows? I'm going to go in with the sponge. I'm just going to go like this. Now, I've heard that this is super full coverage. I have oily skin. I'm getting older now, so I struggle with fine lines. I've got loads of pores that just want to be seen. Also, I'm struggling a little bit with acne at the moment, so I am always looking for a foundation that has medium coverage, will not settle into my fine lines or pores, and, you know, just looks super flawless and sassy all day. I mean, I'm not asking a lot, really. Oh, this is nice, actually. Let me just see. Where's my mirror? Let me have a look in my big mirror. Ooh, that's looking really, really nice, actually. It's looking really nice. The shade is absolutely spot on, like absolutely spot on. It's given me, like, I'd say a medium coverage. It feels pretty light on the skin, and it's kind of like a natural finish. I'd say it's more matte as opposed to like a dewy kind of finish. It's done a good job kind of covering over my pores. It's just given my skin like really smoothed out, kind of airbrushed, dare I say. Is that a bit too much? Airbrushed effect, I mean, really. That's it on my hand, just in case you're interested to see what it's doing. I mean, I don't know. Hand updates, you're like, Anwen, we don't care about the hand. Get it on your face already. Okay, so I mean, and did you see how quickly that actually went on? I mean, it just went, oh, no, I don't know. It just went on like so quickly. And it's a funny one because it's kind of so liquidy. I would expect that this would be like much lighter coverage, but no, it seems to actually be giving a really good amount of coverage, and my face looks airbrushed. This is a side of my face that obviously is naked right now, and you can see I've got redness, texture. If I swish over, I mean, look at this. Can you see? If anything, this might be a little bit too light for me. That never happens. It never, ever happens. She's blown away. She's really loving this. I'm going to go on. I'm going to do this side of my face. Oh, I may have put a little bit too much on. By the way, I'm loving this spatula situation. I think all foundations should have a spatula situation. This is like really good. Like, I'm really enjoying that whole process of just swiping it on. I mean, really, she's loving it. Okay, so let's use the brush for this side. So application with a brush is always going to give you more coverage than with a sponge. I mean, it's just going on absolutely beautifully. Just no hassle whatsoever. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, if anything, this is maybe a little bit too light for me. I mean, wow. That's such a rare thing. Not like scary light, like I'm a ghost and I'm going to be, you know, scaring everyone in Tesco later, but it is quite light. This actually reminds me quite a lot of the Kat Von D Everlasting foundation. I don't know, Everlasting something foundation. Look at this, guys. Oh my gosh. Do you know what? I'm really liking this. Let me just say, I think I prefer application with a sponge. I feel like it's a bit smoother. Oh, yes, please. Yes, delicious. I'm really loving it. And it does smell so much like the Kat Von D foundation. Gosh, like I'm really loving this. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup and then I'll be back. And then, oh my gosh, I want to do a dance. Okay, so I've gone ahead, I've put a little bit of bronzer on and contour and blush and liquid lipstick, you know, the usual. I don't need to tell you, I know, you know. And the foundation is feeling good. The only thing is, right, is this a liquid powder foundation? Because it's almost looking quite powdery and a little bit, dare I say, dry on my skin. Considering the fact that I have oily skin, that's a little bit strange to me, like just around my nose. Can you see it's just looking a little bit dry, I feel, and I feel like my pores are a little bit accentuated. Nothing like dramatically bad, but they're there, you know, I can kind of see them, and it is doing my head in a little bit. Also, like, the smell is extremely strong. It's kind of always there. Like, I keep thinking, is it going to go away in a minute? Nice. I just am not quite sure. It just is looking a little bit dry on my nose is the thing. And it is looking a bit cakey, like round here. But you know what? I'm going to just withhold my opinion until I've actually tested this out for a few days. You know, in a few different light conditions, of course. Because, I mean, apparently that's like the thing to do with this foundation. I'll be testing it in the office light, in the office bathroom light, in the shower room at work, in Tesco's bathroom. I'll do my own extensive testing of different light situations. But next time you see me, I'll be giving you my update. So I'm just gonna see me. I mean, she's there. Hello, hi Anwen. Hope you've had a good few days. Here she is. So I've been wearing this foundation for a couple of days. Maybe not a couple. I've worn it twice, so a couple of days. I mean, really. And unfortunately, I don't really like it, and I know so many of you really do love it, and you've been telling me how wonderful it is, and I'm so pleased. But for me, it just didn't work. I don't know what's gone on, but it doesn't seem to like my skin. For some reason, this almost seems to be like a liquid to powder finish. I've had it on now for all day. I mean, we're talking 8+ hours, which is, you know, a long journey really for any foundation. But even 2 hours into the journey, it was looking kind of shoddy. I mean, really. I admittedly don't have perfect skin. I have a lot of texture. I've got spots. I've got fine lines. I've got pores. My skin isn't good at all. I'm the first to admit that. But this foundation just didn't make it look better. If anything, it emphasised everything that I didn't want emphasized. I also found that this foundation, it never felt like it kind of set on my skin. It just had that, you know, like kind of wet, moist feel kind of all day. And I know a lot of people have said this, but kind of if I touch my face, it's almost like the foundation comes off. I also find that this doesn't feel particularly weightless for me. It feels, you know, it's there. And I have other foundations that I use that feel kind of invisible on the skin, and that's like a big thing for me. I hate like heavy mask-like feeling foundations, and believe me, I felt a lot worse. Like, this one is not the worst culprit. It's definitely not the heaviest foundation I've ever worn, but it's just a bit heavier than I would like, you know. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you about some positives, but because I've just bashed it, you know. But I really like the packaging. I think it's really kind of sassy little glass bottle. I love the spatula. I mean, I wish all foundations would have a spatula. I've really been enjoying the spatula. I love the shade of this Rose Ivory. Works a treat for me. It doesn't seem to oxidize, so I'm loving that and the packaging. But the actual foundation, it just didn't work for me, unfortunately. One thing I will say is it didn't sink into my fine lines, and it didn't make me look oily. So I mean, they're 2 pluses. But then on the other side, it went patchy, and it just didn't last well kind of on my skin. So in effect, I'm just going to say this one didn't work for me. I even tested it out in the bathroom lighting at work. It looked terrible. I used flash on my camera. Disaster. Tesco stood by the onions, and again, it just still looked terrible. I mean, really, on me. Just to give you a close-up look as well, because I was saying this on my Snapchat, I feel like a lot of these like beauty girls on YouTube, they're always like talking from back here, and you can't really see, like, I think anything, you know, I could be Shrek, and from back here I look okay, you know. But I think what's important, you know, is to come close so that you can actually see. You know, as I said earlier, I've had this on for what feels like a decade at this point. Any foundation would be, you know, clinging on for dear life right now, but you can see it just, I don't think it just makes the best of my skin. It just looks like I've got foundation on that isn't really playing nicely with my skin. So yeah, I'm so sorry. I mean, I don't know why I'm apologizing to you, really, because I mean, I spent $12.99 on you and you've kind of disappointed me, really. But I'm really pleased for everyone that you've impressed. Going to end this review here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that it's been somewhat useful to you. As I say, I know a lot of people love this foundation. It's super affordable if you're in America or somewhere where Wet n Wild is readily available, and you don't have to go on eBay and get jacked. Like, literally, I wasn't carjacked, I was foundation jacked. Or was I? Anyway, I was jacked. She was jacked. Thank you so much for... Seriously, I can't end a video to save my life, like, really. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more. Bye.